Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday. Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm fantastic. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic as well.
Well,
We're
good.
halfway through the week. It is the 2nd of November. Holy cow. And coming up later in the program, we're going to talk about the Goodbye Sugar Challenge. Keri Gans is who we're talking to, and we're going to be talking about getting rid of sugar for 30 days. Think you could do that?
Oh, I could do it for 30 days.
Well, we're gonna chat with Keri all about this cool challenge coming up. Did you know that grizzly bears and polar bears could get it on and have babies?
That's where panda bears come from.
No, that's not. No. Their offspring are referred to as pizzly bears or growler bears, depending on who's the one saying it. But I would like to see what a pizzly bear or a growler bear looks like.
I'm sure you could Google it.
I bet they're adorable. Hey, sad shoppers will pay up to 300% more than consumers who are content, according to psychological science. So here's what you need to do at the store. Have, like, sad images all over the place. Because if people are sad, they'll buy more stuff. That explains why they
I spend more money when I'm sad than I do when I'm...
Well, I've been in stores where they have music playing that's very sad. I'm like, what is going on? That's probably why. All right. Coming up, we've got some special things to talk about. That's on the way.
John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
Thought you'd never ask. It's Wednesday, November the 2nd. 1 month to go until our son turns 20.
I know.
Isn't that crazy?
I know.
December 2nd.
I'm getting
he'll be 20.
old.
Holy cow. Today is Cookie Monster Day.
Oh, I love Cookie Monster.
I think he was probably my favorite on Sesame Street. He's got to be real close to. If not...
I liked Oscar.
Yeah, he was kind of a grouch, though. So
Yeah.
So I like Cookie Monster. Explains my weight problem, and I'm suing Sesame Street. International Day to End Impunity for Crimes Against Journalists Day.
Okay.
Also, National Traffic Professionals Day today, and Plan Your Epitaph Day. Isn't that what you want on your tombstone?
I believe so.
What do you want on your tombstone?
I don't want to have a tombstone.
Go ahead and ask me.
What do you want on your tombstone?
Pepperoni.
Oh, my God. You are such a dork.
Oh. I was trying to figure out how I could get you to ask me. So,
Wow.
All right, today is Wednesday. I'm so sorry. The 2nd day of November.
John and Heidi.
Legally, we gotta have insurance. That's why getting the very best rate is paramount. I'm Jared Parsons. I founded the first national and virtual insurance agency. Until now, you were limited to the agents in your area. But what if the rates are better somewhere else? At Parsons, we shop around and we get you the best rate. It's that simple. Go to radioinsuranceguy.com. That's radioinsuranceguy.com.
John and Heidi.
You know it's true because you heard it on the radio. Now I'm going to first of all admit that I'm a bit of a nerd and I'm into this kind of stuff. But Bermuda Triangle, has that ever been intriguing to you at all?
Not really.
They think they might have an answer to what the heck's been going on there.
Okay.
It's a thing called, well, they don't know for sure, but they're thinking this might be called air bombs. They say, could air bombs be the reason for the mysterious disappearances of planes and boats in the Bermuda Triangle? According to Today, I think that's is that a TV show or I don't know, somebody today. They say a pair of meteorologists speaking to the Science Channel's What on Earth believe that the hexagonal-shaped clouds seen on satellite imagery could be the key to figuring out why the Bermuda Triangle has become notorious for disappearances of aircrafts, ships, and people. Dr. Randy Cerveny of Arizona State University says these, quote, air bombs pack winds up to 170 miles an hour. And they just come on instantly. And that's more than enough to send an airplane hurtling down from the sky or create waves that are big enough to just engulf a ship and bring it right under. Cerveny added that the satellite images could allow authorities to trigger an alarm for any aircraft or ship when there are hexagonal clouds detected in order to save lives. It's fascinating, and I've got a link.
That would make sense. I mean, if there's an explanation for it, I'm more inclined to be interested. Otherwise, I just kind of pass it off as, whatever.
No, I've always been fascinated with that. If you'd like to know more, there is a link because this whole story is online, and this Today, I guess, is a website. There you go. Facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. I've got the link there if you want to read more about it. But I just thought that was fascinating. So it's all about the Bermuda Triangle. Ooh. We should have had that on Halloween. Ooh. I didn't have it in time. So there you go. Anyway, kids, you know it's true. Guess why?
Because you heard it on the radio.
Yeah, you did.
John and Heidi.
The John and Heidi Show is brought to you in part by the Keystone Treatment Center.
This is your brain. And this is your brain on drugs. We share silly stories here on the program, but addiction is no joke. If you or someone you know suffers with an addiction to drugs or alcohol, make today the day you seek help.
Call toll-free 844-204-1055.
That's a toll-free number. Again,
844-204-1055.
and this is your brain on drugs. A Colorado couple found an unusual topping on their tacos. It was a small bag of marijuana.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think they ordered that. They discovered the drugs with their order from Del Taco. Oh, that's like a national chain.
Oh.
Anyway, they called the police. Lakewood police spokesperson Steve Davis said the 26-year-old Dennis Clermont, who police say waited on the husband when he picked up his food, faced charges of possession of marijuana and drug paraphernalia. He initially denied any knowledge, but then had finally admitted the bag was meant for a friend. After a search dog found more marijuana in his locker, police said he no longer works for the restaurant.
Yeah, I would assume.
A message left for him was not returned by this news agency who did the story. So there you go. Yeah, they got a little extra topping on their tacos there. Coming up here in a moment, we've got your moment of duh. We've got your scoop of the day on the way. And Keri Gans, we're going to be chatting with Keri about the Goodbye Sugar 30 Challenge. That is all on the way on the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh. If you ever worry that you're becoming forgetful, try to remember this German man and you won't feel so bad about yourself, Heidi. First of all,
Okay.
do you ever worry that you're getting forgetful?
No.
Every once in a while I do. I worry that I'm getting forgetful because I'll leave and I'm like, what was I doing? And then I'll call you. I'm like, hey, where was I going again? You're like, to the bank. Oh, yeah, that's right, to the bank. That's what I was doing. Well, an unnamed man pulled into a gas station and filled up his car. He then paid the cashier and left. No, he didn't get into his car driveway. He walked home.
Oh,
After an hour, the attendant notified police who contacted the man who went back and got his car.
Oh, my gosh.
So he must have lived close by. I hope. So he went inside and paid for his gas and then walked home.
Okay, but if he also, like, say, picked up just a soda or something like that while he was in there, and if that's common practice for him, if he lives close, to walk to the convenience store and get
I could
himself
see
that. To eat and then walk back home, then that could be
They
what
could explain
happened
it.
there.
But if he lives across town, then there's really a problem. I was wondering why I walked
Giving him
so
the
far.
benefit of the doubt. I can't imagine there's any other reason.
No, I'm pretty sure you're probably right. Coming up, we've got your scoop of the day. That is on the way.
The Scoop of the Day is brought to you by Wells Blue Bunny. If you want delicious ice cream, be sure to look for the Blue Bunny. Sure to have your favorite flavors. Learn more at bluebunny.com.
Now your scoop of the day. A study reported in the Archives of Family Medicine, which concluded that caffeine is added to colas, not for flavor, but to get consumers addicted to them. What do you think of that? So saying, hey, that you could take the caffeine away and nobody would even notice. You know how I could tell? I've had decaffeinated cola and it doesn't taste any different.
It tastes different to
Does it
me.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't taste different to me. Like I can't, like decaffeinated coffee tastes exactly the same to me. I can't, apparently I don't have the taste buds to taste caffeine.
I don't know.
I can't tell.
I can't take. I mean, decaf coffee doesn't taste any different to me, really. But I can tell in the caffeine-free Coke and stuff, it tastes weird.
They're saying that caffeine is there to addict you. It's not for any other reason. For many teachers and parents whose text abbreviations may spell the end of literacy as we know it, you might want to know this. A body of research indicates text messages actually help students spell.
No way. I have watched kids write.
I have too. It sounds funny, but language experts say no matter how dumbed down the techno shorthand looks, wordplay does have a positive impact on your ability to spell things.
No way.
It does.
I totally disagree with that.
Well, this researcher's got it, and they got the grant, and you didn't. So there you go. You can disagree all you
They
want.
got the grant, and I didn't.
A British study has found that stress at the office raises your risk of heart disease, especially if you're under the age of 50. Uh-oh. We're both in trouble.
Yeah.
Researchers found that chronically stressed workers have a 68% higher risk of developing heart disease. I only have like a 5% chance of finishing this program today. That's not good. Chocolate is better than fluoride at keeping your teeth healthy. What?
Well, I should never, ever, ever have cavities.
They should add chocolate to the water.
They should make chocolate toothpaste.
Oh, that sounds delicious. Study at the Tulane University in New Orleans has concluded that the cocoa in chocolate hardens tooth enamel and fights cavities and should be considered a natural alternative to fluoride, which has been shrouded in controversy for decades. Researchers say that the university is exploring ways of incorporating cocoa extract into toothpaste. Yeah.
See? There you go. That's why I make the big bucks.
That's right. Hey, if you want to do something better, be it running the mile faster or saving more for retirement or keeping your house cleaner, just tell yourself that you can do it better, and you'll likely do it better. That's the word from British researchers who have determined that self-talk is highly effective motivator no matter what the task. Study found that those who use self-talk as a motivator, that is saying I can do better next time, perform better next time. So there you go.
I do talk to myself a lot, but I'm usually not very nice to myself.
There have been times where we're in here working and you're like, I won't stab him in the neck. I won't stab him in the neck. I won't stab him in the neck. And then you don't stab me in the neck. So it is
a good positive motivator.
Good. Yeah. The one day you had the scissors in your hand, you're ready to go. And I'm like, okay. They say, the best thing is to say, tell yourself, I can beat my best score. I can react quicker next time. All of those things. They're saying there's something to it, so I don't know. Maybe I should have read the rest of the story. Hey, a new study says that binge watching television brings couples closer together. I agree completely. One time we watched a whole box set of WKRP, and I think we were actually stuck together. So we were so close together, like...
I love that show.
It was very good. We got the DVD. I think, did we watch the whole...
We did.
The whole entire series. It was like over a weekend. It was bad. We didn't.
But we've done the same thing with Psych, which is like how many 12 seasons?
We didn't brush our hair. We didn't take a shower. Wake up. I'm like, hey, it's 6:15. You want to start watching it? So hey, that's good for you. It brings couples closer together. California requires that a vehicle have a minimum of 2 people in carpool lanes. Driving alone means a fine of $481. Why $481? Isn't that a weird amount?
Well, it would be 482, but there's only one of you in the car.
Well, a man has been fined numerous times. He keeps getting caught driving with
a mannequin
in his car. I think that is so funny. And our final story here, deer collision season is back. State transportation officials are warning drivers against the height of deer mating season in October and November. So are these deer getting it on in the middle of the road? Is that what's going on?
I don't think that's what they're trying to say.
They're running across the road to get it on. That's what's happening.
I really don't know. I don't pay much attention to the mating habits of deer.
Okay, well, be careful out there. Coming up, we've got a guest. That's on the way.
John and Heidi.
Election day is almost here. No matter which side you're rooting for, you now have a place to get informed and to truly voice your opinion at PoliticalStorm.com. An amazing resource with information from people on both sides of the aisle, all in one place. Watch videos, read blogs, listen to podcasts like mine, and read fun editorials. You can also contribute with your own blog for free. Be a part of the community at PoliticalStorm.com. You have a choice, and now you have a voice, too, at PoliticalStorm.com. That's PoliticalStorm.com. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show. We've got a special guest joining us today. Keri Gans is a registered dietitian and a nutritionist, and she's also the author of a book called The Small Change Diet. And you may have seen her on TV programs like the Dr. Oz show or maybe Good Morning America. She's been on Fox Business. She's been all over the place. And we've got Keri on the program with us right now. How you doing, Keri?
I'm doing great. Thanks, John.
The reason we're going to be visiting with Keri is we're going to be talking about sugar. And you guys are doing a fun little thing called the hashtag Goodbye Sugar 30 Challenge. Tell me a little bit about how this got started.
All right. Well, unfortunately, truth be told, that the average American is consuming way too much sugar. And by too much sugar, I mean added sugar. Not the naturally occurring that occurs in fruit and dairy, but the added sugars that people are putting in, soda and cookies and cakes and candies. All the stuff that's hard to give up. But we decided it was time to make some small changes. So I teamed up with Splenda Naturals to start this Goodbye Sugar 30 challenge.
So when did you guys start this challenge?
It just started. And it's never too soon to sign up. All you need to do is go onto our website, SplendaNaturals.com, The challenge is going on till the end of December, and for 30 days, whenever you sign up, you will be getting tips about how to make some really simple swaps in your diet. So, for example, I'm sure a lot of your listeners are drinking coffee and tea and adding way too much sugar into their cup of joe in the morning.
Yeah.
So one of the easiest swaps you can do is to try Splenda Natural Stevia Sweetener. And with something like that, you can lose a lot of extra calories. You don't have to sacrifice the good taste of sugar, and there's also no bitter aftertaste. So that's just one of the little tips that I will be providing for the 30 days of the challenge.
And let me tell you something about that. There's a business that I go to visit with the client there, and when I go in, that's what they have instead of sugar, and their coffee tastes better. So it's not like you're giving up anything. It's really good stuff.
Well, the whole thing is, John, you shouldn't have to give up anything you love. In our diets, we need to look at the big picture, find little easy changes that we can make. So, swapping up your coffee, that's one of them, with the sugar. You could also look at your yogurt. Are you using a flavored yogurt, or are you adding fresh fruit to that? Or are you having a breakfast cereal that has too much sugar in it, and can you try a brand with less sugar? There's a lot of hidden sugars out there, and I think that's what's important to recognize. And that's why with the Goodbye Sugar 30 Challenge, we're here to help you. And guess what? I think this is important, that anybody who signs up, they become eligible to win prizes for a spa getaway for two.
Nice.
So I think that's pretty exciting.
It is.
One of the many reasons somebody should be signing up.
Now, if I want to sign up, I see hashtag Goodbye Sugar 30 Challenge, but where do I go to actually sign up? Is there a website?
You go to SplendaNaturals.com, and that's where you sign up. The hashtag Goodbye Sugar 30, that's because, social media is so big these days, and it will be really easy for people to follow along. So if they use the hashtag or look up the hashtag Goodbye Sugar 30, they'll be able to be part of the community and get tips and tricks and see what's going on to really help them make some of these better changes.
Now, when we're doing our food shopping and we're trying to, do things the right way, what is it we should be looking for on those packages that we're sticking in the cart?
Well, the first thing anyone should do is they need to look at the ingredient label. See where that sugar is coming from. So as I said, is it coming from added sugars? Now, there's 60 different names of sugars out there. So you could be seeing evaporated cane juice and not realize it's sugar.
Yeah.
You could see molasses, not realize it's sugar. But you need to look at that. I mean, if you see fruit, well, then that's okay because that's naturally occurring. Sugars are hidden. There could be sugars in your favorite salad dressing, in your barbecue sauce. A lot of times that's why it is better, and maybe not for everyone, but better to actually make some of this yourself. And there will also be recipes given during the Goodbye Sugar 30 Challenge. So lots of easy ways to make recipes at home that have less sugar, that are used with the Splenda Natural Stevia brand.
And I really like the fact that you're doing this now through the end of the year, because there are a lot of people who start their diet on January 1st, and then it's usually done by January 3rd. So it's good that you're doing this between now and the end of the year to help them hopefully get a jump start on things.
Well, of course. Well, you know what? There's never any time like the present. Why wait till January 1st? That's just crazy. Instead, start now and start the new year already feeling great about yourself.
Well, Keri, thank you so much for taking some time to visit with us about this. Again, the website, if people would like to sign up, what is that once again?
SplendaNaturals.com.
And then once they do it and they're sharing all their awesome stuff online, they're going to want to use that hashtag as well, don't they?
Exactly. Goodbye Sugar 30.
Very cool. Keri, thank you so much. You have a great day.
You're welcome, John. You too.
All right. And again, Keri Gans right there, and that's really cool. I think it's a fun idea. And, again, don't wait till the first of the year. Do it now. It'll be a lot of fun. And maybe do this with friends and family and get other people involved. Goodbye Sugar 30 Challenge, and it's going on right now. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Are you ready for Duel? Kyle Dowling on guitar, Brett Gunderson on bass, Sam DeVito on drums, and frontman Duel Shane.
Gotta keep rocking, gotta keep sucking, bringing it down like rain.
Duel's new single just hit iTunes and it's selling fast. Get your copy now.
When you're lacking chains and you feel no pain, Supernova gonna get you too.
Their first single, Supernova, is available now for less than $1. Learn more and find a direct link to buy Supernova at facebook.com/duelrocks.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
On the cartoon The Jetsons, Jane, the mom, is 33, and her daughter, Judy, is how old?
I have no clue.
15. That means she had her when she was 18. There you go. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
A moment in time is an actual unit of time. How long is a moment? If I say I'll be back in a moment, how long is that?
For you or for most people?
For most people.
I would say
1.5 minutes. So 90 seconds is a moment of time. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The worst time to reach the IRS is on a Monday. 1 p.m. is the worst time of day to reach them. So, if you ever have to call back the IRS for any reason, call Monday at 1 p.m. and leave them a message. The worst time for them to reach you, by the way, is anytime. Anytime ever. And one final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Rubber bands last longer when refrigerated. So
Really?
if you have something
You know
where
what? I don't think I have ever run out of rubber bands, period. Or had rubber bands that were no longer any
snapping
good.
all over the place. The bands just popping off.
I don't know.
Keep all this stuff
I don't know
together.
that that's a problem.
All right. Well, if it is, put them in the refrigerator. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Legally, we gotta have insurance. That's why getting the very best rate is paramount. I'm Jared Parsons. I founded the first national and virtual insurance agency. Until now, you were limited to the agents in your area. But what if the rates are better somewhere else? At Parsons, we shop around and we get you the best rate. It's that simple. Go to radioinsuranceguy.com. That's radioinsuranceguy.com.
John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday. A 9-year-old takes on the legal system and wins just so he could have some ice cream.
Okay.
Think of this. If you want something bad enough, you work for it. And that's what our parents always told us. And that's what 9-year-old Joseph Lipshaw decided to do. He was upset. And he said, I'm mad that it's against the law for ice cream vans to come through my neighborhood. So he decided to do a little 9-year-old legal work. And now ice cream vans can take to the roads in his Detroit suburb for the first time in over 50 years because of a 9-year-old boy. He got the signatures of 165 names for a petition. He wrote letters to the township officials urging them to overturn the ban. The rule has now been removed from the books. What are you laughing about?
Nothing. I can't.
The Board of Trustees unanimously voted. I'm just moving on.
And I'm so disappointed because it's a good one.
Well, you tell me off the air, and I will scold you as I probably should. The Board of Trustees voted unanimously to repeal Michigan Township's ban on frozen confection vendors after hearing from 9-year-old Josh. At an earlier meeting, Josh told them, "This is an old law, so I think you should look at it again. I bet many of you enjoyed ice cream trucks when you were kids." After the decision was to allow vans to come back, he drew applause from 20 children in the audience. There were kids there hanging out to see if they got to have ice cream too. And he said, "I want to thank the township board for listening to a 9-year-old and to his friends. You took us seriously, and not everybody would do that." How cool is that?
That's so cool.
Now when these kids are all fat from eating too much ice cream, they'll go back to sue the city council. "You should have never let us have all this ice cream." Anyway, I can't wait to hear what she has to say. So this little deal here happened in, where did it happen again? Detroit. There you go. And you know it's true. Wait, that's not what we're doing. But you still heard it on the radio.
John and Heidi.
If you're a business owner or the person in charge of advertising, I have a special offer just for you. We're doing a jingle special this month. Did you know that when you put words to music, they're 9 times more memorable? How would you like to be the name in your industry and have people singing your song? We've worked with hundreds of small businesses to create their own musical image, and we want to help you too. Reach out right now and we'll give you $500 off. Squeeze it into this year's budget and get results for years to come. Learn more and hear examples at RadioReallyWorks.com. That's RadioReallyWorks.com. Bring together carpet and candy, and you could have something that sells for millions of dollars. Take a listen to this. Candy is pretty expensive nowadays, but can you imagine paying $2,000 a pound? A carpet made of 325 pounds of blue cellophane-wrapped candy sold for $666,000 at a Christie's auction. It was actually a conceptual piece of art created by Felix Gonzalez Torres, purchased by an anonymous bidder, which got the candy carpet at a good price, considering it was estimated to go for as much as $8.5 million.
No way.
Who would pay that much for a bunch of candy? So 325 pounds of candy. It sold for $666,000 for this artist, Felix Gonzalez Torres. I got an idea. I'm going to create some artwork out of candy wrappers because I got all that Halloween candy that I'm eating anyway. So I might as well make some candy wrapper art. Think I could get $666,000 for it?
Probably not.
Think I get $6 for it?
Probably not.
6 cents for it? All right. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Looking for a unique way to propose to the woman you love? One unique way is to propose to thousands of women all at the same time. This happened in Turkey. He proposed to a bunch of women all at once. In Ankara, Turkey, they were showered with wedding proposals when a lonely soldier dropped 100,000 leaflets to all of them at once.
I remember this.
Yeah, and he said he was trying to find the young lady that he met in an internet chat room. She's here somewhere, and if I can find her, I want to marry her. It said, "Will you lighten my darkness? Tell me you will marry me." And there were 5,000 roses and bags of confetti. It is not known whether she said yes or no, but the prospective groom, his bank account is now $15,000 lighter after paying for this.
Cow.
Yeah, between printing up all the stuff, getting all the flowers, and then hiring somebody to fly over and drop it, $15,000. And hopefully the right lady found this could be kind of like Cinderella, you know?
If he had been chatting with her online, why didn't he make arrangements to
know.
meet her somewhere?
That would have been a good plan, but he didn't think of that. He thought of this. So.
Okay.
It was in theory, it was a good idea, kind of, sort of, maybe. Coming up, we're going to talk about how you decorate your office and what that could mean to your future at that career, or at that place. So that's all on the way on the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Election day is almost here. No matter which side you're rooting for, you now have a place to get informed and to truly voice your opinion at PoliticalStorm.com. An amazing resource with information from people on both sides of the aisle, all in one place. Watch videos, read blogs, listen to podcasts like mine, and read fun editorials. You can also contribute with your own blog for free. Be a part of the community at PoliticalStorm.com. You have a choice, and now you have a voice, too, at PoliticalStorm.com. That's PoliticalStorm.com. How you decorate your office not only says something about who you are, but it also sends a not-so-subtle message to your boss that could actually have an impact on how fast or slow you climb the career ladder, Heidi. So, family photos, kids' artwork, and favorite knickknacks help personalize an office workspace, but too many personal touches and trinkets may reflect poorly on your professional image, according to researchers at the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor and McGill Universities in Montreal, Quebec, in Canada.
Yeah, I have no professional image in my office at all.
How much is too much? The answer is easy. 22%. That is, if more than...
What does that mean?
Let me tell you.
There's an algorithm for the amount of stuff you can have hanging up.
Too many things. If more than 1 in 5 items adorns your office or cubicle is personal in nature, it could be actually telling people that you're unprofessional. Researchers found that the image of someone who is professional versus unprofessional reflects the proportion of objects that have to do with their personal non-working life. Age and gender have no significant effect on this study. The study expected women more than men to minimize the number of personal items overall. Okay, so ladies were a little more cognizant of this and said, maybe I'll take some of that stuff home. As for me, I have so much personal stuff in my office, it looks like an Applebee's or a TGI Fridays, or what would happen if a TGI Fridays and an Applebee's ran into each other on a highway. So I got a lot of stuff, and it's all over the place. So if that makes me unprofessional, nah. So there.
I have never pretended to be something that I am not. Therefore, I have never pretended to be professional.
There you go.
Ever. In fact, I used the word shank in my job interview. So
that doesn't happen often, does it?
They kind of knew what they were getting.
There you go. Coming up, we've got some good news. That is on the way.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always try to wrap things up around here with some good news, and I think this is pretty good news. This is actually I think this is very interesting news. When Margaret Bomer, her checkup revealed that her unborn baby, Lindley, was going to have heart failure, they had no option but try to do fetal surgery. Have you ever heard of this?
I have heard of this. This is amazing.
Absolutely crazy. During the surgery, the doctor took this little baby from the womb, removed the tumor from her spine. Once back into her mother's womb, blood flow from the mom to the baby encouraged growth, healing, and a healthy delivery at 36 weeks.
That's amazing.
Beamer, I think it's probably Beamer, said it was her second birth, basically. So she was born once to have this fixed, and then she came back in and then was born again. Said her heart had time to heal while I was still pregnant with her, so she has no heart issues now and is doing amazing.
Isn't that just the coolest thing ever, that's even a possibility?
And here's the thing I got to say. For those of you out there who are doctors, who do this kind of stuff every single day, you have to understand how awesome that is. You know, how cool is that? For a doctor to be able to cut, whatever it is, to cut somebody open, do all this stuff, fix it, and then put it all back together. I'm like, that is amazing. That God gave you the ability to learn to do that. I just think that is so, so awesome.
I took the back off a radio once to try to change the batteries. Could not put it back together.
I'm glad you're not a doctor.
I can't imagine cutting open a child out of a womb
it's
doing
crazy.
Heart surgery. It's insane.
I've fixed things before, but when I was done with them, they didn't work quite the same. Kind of what happened to our garage door? It doesn't go all the way down. I'm like, I fixed it. No, you didn't fix it. Kind of fixed it. So I've had all kinds of problems. Vehicles that I've fixed that didn't quite get fixed. And
I know.
So I got to just say hats off to men and women who have chosen that profession to, help save lives every single day. I mean, that's got to just be the coolest thing.
It's amazing.
Wake up in the morning and go, I'm going to save lives today. I mean, we kind of do the same thing here. Maybe not any of that, really. We wake up in the morning and go, wonder if we're going to upset anybody with our stupid jokes today. I hope not. Anyway, I've got a link to this story at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great Wednesday.